Hey everybody, it's Phil Kerner, the Tool and Die Guy, with another feature from the Mailbag. And Vincent wants to know, and I read this, he's got some questions about what should he make some parallels out of, and what should he make a grinding vise out of. Well, here's the deal, Vincent. Parallels, one's fine, they'll be nice and hard, won't have any problem with them. But for the grinding vise, because you're looking for something very stable, what you want to do with the grinding vise is make it out of cold roll. And cold roll and case harden it. And I know there's guys out there cringing that they want to make everything through hardened. When you through harden a big mass like that, any changes in the atmosphere, it's going to do this just a little bit, okay? And we're talking, tenths here. I like the cold roll because it's soft in the middle. It can absorb some of that, the changes in the atmosphere, but it's got the hard shell on it. And I did a little research tonight. Herman Schmidt makes his big vices. Herman Schmidt, if you want to Google Herman Schmidt, the greatest grinding vices and equipment in the world, you'll pay for it. But his grinding vices are $800. His big ones, he makes out of some sort of a malleable iron, case hardens them. Small ones, he makes out of A6. You can do that. But with the bigger ones, what we want is a hard shell and soft center. And what he does with his is he calls it normalizing, stress relieving normalizing. Great story. Back in the day, Packard Motor Company built great cars, and they never broke down. Packard used to cast their engine blocks and throw them outside the factory for a year and let them get rained on, snowed on, iced up, heat, sun, and then they'd bring them in after a year, remachine them, and install them in the cars. They had gone through a very nice normalizing process. You can do the same thing with your vise, which I did when I was an apprentice. I had my vise, I made out of cold roll, had it case hardened, and then I put it in the oven every night for like a week at 400 degrees, and then I put it in the freezer, oven, to let it get used to a lot of different temperatures. I can tell you, let me grab it. This was actually not one I built. Somebody found my dad's. As you guys all know, my dad passed away when I was really young. And this is his vise, and I reground it many, many years ago. And this thing is really true still. And I didn't even really know what I was doing, 25, 30 years ago. And this is a case hardened vise. So it's nice and stable, so that's how you do it. You fake your normalizing, unless you got a year, throw it outside the house. But other than that, oven and freezer, about a month, back and forth, just to let the steel get used to several different conditions. Then sandblast it and begin your grinding process. So there you go. 01 on the parallels, good, and go with cold roll and case hardening on the vise. So I'm Phil Kerner, the Tool and Die Guy. If you like more information like this, my members get to write me emails like this. I only read my members' emails, and the YouTube videos there's about 40 of them, but the other ones, there's another 70 more that you're not seeing. So hope to see you soon in my tool room. Again, I'm Phil Kerner, the Tool and Die Guy, and I'll see you on the next video.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown when you've got worries.